really, like, okay, for instance, let me go back to the blank section on here. I had a blank section that I think I showed you out, and I want to keep it that way because I want to remember, oh, what happened here? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for those who are returning, and welcome for those who are new. And boy, do we have a video today. This has no outline. We're just going to do a full-on flip from front to back. And I've already covered everything that I need to cover, so hopefully this all goes well. I've got a brand new battery in my camera, and nothing should go wrong, right? Anyway, okay, this beauty right here is my very first traveler's notebook from Chic Sparrow. It's in the personal size. I absolutely adore him. I kind of wanted to do an update flip because I haven't done a flip of this in a while. As y'all know, or you may not know, I flip between my EDCs. This is a pocket size, and this is a nano. Both of these are Mr. Darcy. You can tell the difference in the leather. This one has patinaed a lot because this is the very first one I ever got, and then this one was, I think, maybe a year and a half to 2 years later. Something like that after this one. So, and it depends on what handbag I'm in is what EDC I'll be in. This one is a recent leather that Chic Sparrow released, which is the Meteorite. Absolutely love it. It's kind of like a suede, not super suede feeling, but it does kind of have that feeling. But anyway, if you want to find out about these other two, you can check out the link in the description below. Let's get in it. So the last time that I did a decorate with me, this is what you saw, and I left it that way because look at Hello Kitty, isn't she cute? Okay, and then this is a sticker, and then I wrote on black cardstock paper, and then I've got a memo, something I wrote down, which I'm not going to share. This still has my checkbook in it. It's kind of falling apart, but I still use it, and no one really writes checks anymore. I do it because if I'm going to go somewhere and they charge to use a debit card, like if they're going to charge me like $2 or $3, I'd be like, okay, let me pull out my checkbook. This is where I have my grocery list. There is a homemade insert. I gotta put more sheets in here, but some of these sheets are from way back when. What is it, 2021, this journal entry. Crazy. I don't staple or bind these permanently. Anyhow, I put a verse in the front of every insert. This is a vellum sheet. I've got a gold sheet. And yeah, I think this is really like my first journal entry, summer of 2021, when I got the TN. I'm going to do a quick flip, y'all. I'm not going to get into too much detail because some of you have seen this before. This is like I did watercolors, wrote a verse in here, and this is my list book, basically, and my dailies book. I did test schedules for dailies because I realized that I'm really not a dailies person, you know, where you time everything each day, because my schedule is pretty redundant. From 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, I'm in my office and I have a work TN that schedules everything, all my meetings, all of that. I think I'm more of a weeklies person. Okay, so here is my YouTube. I covered the ones that I haven't done yet. I actually switched this information to my commonplace braindom book. But when I started going back to analog planning about a couple years ago, I didn't know how I wanted to plan, so I actually put everything in my TN. And I realized that I'm actually not that type of planner or journaler. I prefer things kind of separate. Well, my journal and my planning system, like my calendar and weekly to-dos, those are still together. But in terms of like my YouTube content ideas and things like that, I prefer them separate. And this is our checklist of things to do before we went to Japan in January of 2023. That was such a fun trip. And this old YouTube stuff.
the other end of the vellum paper. And this is a memos pad. If I'm talking to someone on the phone, I just jot something down. Behind here, I didn't cover it up. It's like doctor's information. I'm not going to show that. And that's the back of it. And all it is just cardstock decorative paper. I have another video that I'm going to share with y'all. Things have changed in terms of the way I plan and journal and all that. So there is a new thing that I've decided to do, and I'm going to share that in another video. I'm not going to do it on this one though. Okay, so this one I don't think you've seen yet. I just started this weekly insert from Paper Penguin. This one says, anyone who loves father, mother, son, or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And this is talking about Jesus, Matthew 10:37. And I am a firm believer of that. I don't look upon approval of humankind. I really don't. Like, if you don't like what I have to say, you do you. But for me, I'm going to listen to Jesus and what he says. Okay, so here's just kind of an overview. And I prefer, like I said, the weekly planning than I do the dailies, because I could just jot down what I need to get done. And this right here, you can tell that I was getting ready to switch to my other planners, my other EDCs. And yeah, my baby, he's gained a lot of weight since we've had him. Our baby Edward. So yeah, that's the end of that. Like I said, I've switched between, like, look, this is October, and then I didn't get back into my personal size until January, like the end of January, really. So because I got this baby right here around the end of 2023 last year, I was more into the pocket because I absolutely love this leather, y'all. I'm not going to repeat over and over. I sound like a broken record, but I just absolutely love this leather right here. But anyway, okay, back to, oh, and speaking of things I got at the end of 2023, look at this cute little coffee cup. It's got Grogu on it. I don't know if you can see, Grogu's right here. Oh, so cute. I love it. Okay, let me take a sip of my coffee. Now, where was I? Weekly is better for me. I do have a general to-do that doesn't have dates, but I try to get them done. This right here is my journal. And there's Grogu again. Absolutely love Grogu. I am a Star Wars fan. If you haven't already noticed by my name on YouTube, Jedi Up 777. Jedi is the character in the Star Wars saga, movies, books, etc., etc. This is also from Paper Penguin. This is Toma River paper. This is the original one before the successor. So I wanted to try Toma River paper because I heard so many good things about it, and I absolutely love it because fountain pens, watercolors, regular pen, whatever the case may be, it just looks so beautiful on Toma River paper. I'm going to show the back of it first because this is kind of like a schedule that we did for our pup when we first got him. His, you know, time that he needs to go potty, those kind of things. So that was in the back. This is like my exercise. I started to, okay, one of my goals from last year in the summertime is to exercise more. I started to write it down. And then, yeah, that's about it for that. So I only have a few more pages left. I'm not really into Toma River paper. If you haven't seen what I think about the different papers, like Stalogy paper, Toma River paper, Lloydstrom, Moleskine, check the link in the description below. I'll put that on there. I think y'all have already seen this. Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever. Hebrews 13:8. So like I said, I'm just going to flip quickly on here and you can kind of get an idea of how I journal. I love fountain pen inks in different shades and ephemera. I use washi tape. I use doilies. I mean, I do all kinds of things in my, I mean, look at this. This is like vellum paper that was left over and I just I just put it on here. And sometimes I draw and there's like color pencils and markers and things like that. And I absolutely love Toma River paper when it comes to the way the ink shows. And it's thin paper, so I do love it. And that's another thing I drew. But I won't be getting another Toma River paper insert for my personal EDC, only because
it is expensive. And sometimes inks, like, I don't know, they rub off easily from Tomo River paper. They do, so I don't particularly like that. So, anyhow, I don't know if I mentioned that I am in the middle of editing my handbag journal video. Oh, before I get into that, I put a list of things I'm grateful for. I know a lot of people have like a dedicated section in their traveler's notebooks or their planners or journals for a gratitude section. The reason why I only do like bits and I think I have another one in here somewhere. Well, you'll see it in a minute. But the reason why I do them just randomly is because I don't want it to be a chore. Just like when I was doing my devotions or reading the Bible front to back, if I missed a date or if I, you know, just had other things on my plate or something like that, I didn't want being grateful and, you know, praising God or what have you to be a chore. I just didn't. Like, it is in scripture, Jesus says that if we're doing things half-heartedly, like he wants it wholeheartedly. If our full heart is not in it, then it's better not to do it at all. So I fully stand on that, and I believe that. Here's another one. Okay, so yeah, and during that time, I definitely was going through a lot. I think this was the time when we just came back from Japan, and I was having car troubles, and yeah, that was stressful. And then I have another story on that recently, and it's now the first part of February 2024, and I have another story about my car. But that's probably going to be on another video. Maybe on another decorate with me or something like that. But and you'll probably notice that I don't, like November of 2022, I had a section for fall, but I didn't get back into my personal size until March of the next year. So when I see this blank section right here, it reminds me, okay, what happened? In December, when we were getting ready to fly out to Japan the next month, I mean, there was a lot going on. There was like parties and, you know, planning for our trip, what to pack, those kind of things. So I want to remember that. I might draw on it later on, but I like remembering like what happened. A lot of people don't like blank spaces. A lot of people, you know, want all of their pages filled, and they feel like they're, you know, neglecting their journal if they have blank spaces. I am the total opposite. You'll find that the longer you follow me on YouTube, you'll notice that I'm very, very different. I don't follow trends and things like that. I don't follow what everyone else is doing. So, yeah, which is probably why I'm not that popular on YouTube. Because I don't follow everyone. It's not for, you know, not everyone's going to like what I share. And I know some people don't, but that's okay. That's life. Let's see. Yeah, here's another grateful card that I had. Oh my goodness, y'all. My camera stopped recording. As y'all know, I have a timer on my camera. It's just the way that it's made. It stops at a certain time. I kept talking and realized that it wasn't recording. Okay, so what I was saying, I'm not trendy. I'm just not. If you are an oddball and you don't follow trends and you don't follow what everyone else is doing, this is the channel for you. And I don't follow trends either in the journaling and planning community. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff to promote things just because they're trendy. Yeah, I'm just not. If I like something, I'll get it. And even though if it's not trendy, I'll share it with y'all. And if it's a good product that lasts a long time. Oh, and I finally put this picture in here. It used to be in my memory book, but I had a journal entry for it, so that's why I wanted to put it in there. But speaking of trends, y'all, what is going on with the Stanley Cup trend. I saw a bunch of people lining up on social media and they were like running and getting into fights over a cup, y'all. What? Okay, and that's another reason why I don't follow trends. So, what is this? Oh, I did a little prayer thing for soldiers. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'll actually show y'all a cup that someone had gifted me, and it's the best cup ever. It's not trendy, it's not popular, but I tell y'all, and you'll see in my video about it, why it's so good. Okay. Oh, I remember doing this, y'all. This is my Decorate With Me video. I finally, yeah, journaled on it. That was funny. And if you didn't see that video, I'll link it in the description below. It's a long one, y'all. It's like 45 minutes long or something like that. I don't normally do long videos, but maybe a handful. Aww. I just love dog stamps, as you can tell, yeah. So, oh my goodness. Let's see. What is this? Did I just write 2024? What is that? Oh, it's because the date, I wrote it twice. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, so I'm so excited for all the videos that I have, y'all. I appreciate all y'all that take the time to comment on my videos and like them, and even the ones that have been with me for like ever. Y'all are so amazing. Okay, so I decorated this. You probably, yeah, you saw this, I think. And I still have the plastic folder that I got. It was included in a set of stamps that I got from Joann's, so I don't know, you know, where you can get them anymore. It's been a while. And so I've got some stickers and decorative paper, some ephemera in here. And this calendar is also homemade. It's just decorative paper, decorative cardstock anyway, and decorative paper on both sides. And then of course this verse right here. And this, I'm not going to flip it over because this just shows me all of my bills. I have a lot of my bills on automatic bill pay. It's just easier for me to keep track of my bills. I don't have to worry about them, but I do want a list of when they'll be taken out of my bank. This is an old note that I put on here since October, but I just left it on there. So I wanted to show y'all, like sometimes I'll put statements on here about the month. Okay, so some of these months are blank because again I switch between my personal and my nano, so you'll notice some sections that are empty because I don't duplicate things. I mentioned that before. I know a lot of planners do that in the planner community. They copy several books. I don't know, I find it tedious for me anyway, okay? Everyone plans differently. You do you, okay? If you're happy with it, great. But for me, I find it redundant and not productive for me. Okay, I'm going to show y'all in my personal size the difference between this, because it's consecutive. Look, I've got Star Wars Day in here. I got sick during this month and we missed all of the important graduations. Like, our whole family was sick. Ugh. College graduation, high school graduations. I mean, these are like really big events for a lot of kids, you know? Really sad. So yeah, you can see these 2 weeks right here are like empty. It's because I was in my other planners during that time. Oh, this is the Decorate With Me. Oh, the crazy part about it is that I decorated this and I was barely like in it for that month, but I still had fun though. And again, I don't care about the blank spaces. I know that it's blank mainly because I was in my other planners. Yep, and that's fine. It happens. And here too, from this section right here, I was in my, I think it's my pocket size, because I just got the pocket size at the end of last year, and I absolutely love it. And then December, I didn't even write any. thing really. Well, except birthdays. I'm missing January because it was in this. February I didn't really write anything because, again, I mean, today's the 3rd. I was kind of starting off with this in February, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. And then in the back, I just keep scrap paper and receipts. I'm actually in this now, so like I need to put that in my register for my financial planner. And, oh, let me put this back. This is my blotting sheet for Tomo River paper because, yeah, it takes a lot of time to dry the ink. Okay, I'm going to go back to my calendar because I want y'all to see, since it is consecutive, my old planner, because there's certain sections, because it's not about the pocket today, it's about the personal size. So there's only a few sections that I'm actually going to show you. So you'll see I have November, and then I have December, and then I have January, but I also have August, and this section is blank because, again, I made this calendar knowing that I was going to have everything in it. I've changed that in my planning style. Like, I don't have my to-dos, my journaling, my, you know, in one book. I mean, they're separated now. A journaling section in here, weekly in here. So anyway, yeah, and here's November of 2022. So there's 2021 and 2022. So I just put more sheets in here, printer paper. It just gives you an idea of how that all worked out and how I planned. And then in here, I have my nano, the end of January going into February, and here's my February calendar because I just started it. I was in this nano for pretty much the whole month of January. Yeah, I wasn't going to show everything on here because, again, this is not about the nano, it's about my personal size today. And I wanted to kind of show you the week on here and how I plan. Here's the first part of January. Like I said, I was mostly in my pocket and in my nano in the month of January. And this is how I plan. That's my weekly. Some weeks I don't have anything, like you probably notice in here. And then some weeks it's like super busy. And this is the end of January right here. That's pretty much the end of that. And then I switched to my nano for like a week in the end of January to beginning of February. And then I went into my personal size. Yeah, that's really what I wanted to show as far as the way that I planned in my calendar when I was kind of figuring out how to plan. You'll get the gist of it in terms of how I plan. So the next flip that I do, you know, in the future, you'll notice, you know, stages. And also if you look back at some of my older videos, you'll see stages of how I plan. Because I did have a few flips in my prior videos of my different sizes. Alright, well that's all I wanted to share. I didn't really want to make this video like too long. I hope you enjoyed it. Put in the comments like what you're using for 2024 in terms of your EDC or whatever the case may be, journaling, planning. I want to know, or I like to know what my viewers are using. And I want to show you something that I had up on my desk for like a week and a half. You might have seen it in my other video for my journals and planner lineup for 2023, I believe. Or no, my update. Excuse me, my update. It was during the summertime, but hold on one second. Let me see if I can move this camera mount without shaking it too much. There it is, y'all. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me because I know time is so valuable. I want to thank all of the ones that have subbed recently and the ones that have been with me for quite some time. If you haven't subbed already, please do so. I am wondering if we are going to get to 1,000 subs in 2024. So if y'all have been coming to my channel and you enjoy my videos, please do it. It's free. I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.